This is the Canon XF 200, and yeah, I know you might be thinking, why have you bought that, Yorkie? It's an old camera. Right, the reason I bought this because that camera there, that one, and the one I'm pointing at, that is a Panasonic camcorder, and it's on its way out. There's a few things that are not working. One, it doesn't take a memory card no more. It just won't stay in there unless you jam it in. The screen, the pull-out screen, you know, like this one. Yeah, comes in and out, twists and that. If you don't get it just right, it puts the picture upside down. On the screen, that is, not actually in the video. I needed to point that out. And there's a couple of other things wrong with it. It's just getting old. Although that is a 4K camcorder. There's an old one, but it's 4K. I think it does 24, 25 frames per second. So, you know, it's okay. This is a 1080p that can do up to 50 frames per second. And I know what you're thinking. Well, you're downgrading. Well, yes and no. Because it can do like 50 frames per second, the picture quality is going to be as good as that. Seriously. It should be anyway. And another thing, the other reason I bought this, because it has a loads of advantages on this one compared to that one. That is just a basic camcorder. We've got a plane going over, I don't know if you can hear it. That's a basic camcorder. It does 4K, like I said, about 25 frames per second, something like that. This, I purchased second hand. I didn't buy it brand new. It was second hand, and it cost me £881. And I bought it from the same company that I bought my Blackmagic pocket camera, this little baby here. I'll stick a link at the end of the video and down in the video description in case you want to go and see it. Yeah, I bought that from the same company. That one cost, I think it was 1600 and something, and that was just for the camera. And I think you get you get a battery with it and a couple of other bits, but that was it. This, yeah, like I said, it's £881. It comes with this little lens cover, or you can put the old original one back on as well. It comes with a mic holder, which I'm probably never going to use anyway, because I like to use the wireless ones. It works, it does everything it's supposed to do, everything is working fine. It's a little bit loose on the old lens, or the old screen I should say. It's a little bit wiggly, but I've tested it works properly. It came with 2 memory cards. Again, these are old memory cards, but I've already tested them and they work. It streams 64 gigabytes. Yeah, if we can get back in. And like I said, that works fine. And I think the other one's a 64 as well. Let me just double check. And yeah, I thought, well, this would be perfect for replacing that one until I decide to buy another camera, whatever one I'm going to be buying, once I get enough money, of course. Yeah, it comes with this little cover. So if you want to take that off, you can just put that on, which I might do actually. But at the moment, I'm leaving it like that. It came with 2 batteries. These little babies here. So we've got 2 different size batteries. And yeah, they work properly. I have no issues with them whatsoever. They are well looked after because they don't drain really fast. So I know they haven't been heavily used. And also, these are proper Canon ones, and they have the little lines on them to show you what level you're at on the battery. And they just plug in really easily. Yeah, you just put them in the back like that. Slide it down, job done, that's in. Yeah, it's that easy. I haven't used the big one yet, but I've tested it to make sure it works. It came with a charger. And I thought, that's an original charger as well. Yeah, actually, a proper charger that comes with it. So it comes with everything you get, right? So if you want to charge things up, you can, or your batteries. Also, it comes with this lead. And it didn't come with no instructions, and I realised that there's a little connection on the back there. So you can actually run it on the mains. If you don't want to use battery, which I probably might do, I probably will do, because like I said, it's replacing that camera. So probably run it on mains. Let me just quickly show you around it. So we have the mains over here. You have to take the battery out to plug in the mains because it catches up. So up you go, take that out. So the mains goes in there, AC, I think it's 12 volt, 8.4 volts, sorry. So it goes in there, the other one's 12 volts. We also have HDMI, and that is a full-size HDMI with AV out. I don't think I'll ever use the AV out. We have jack plug connection, I believe that's a 3.5. 3.5mm. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't read nothing on it. And we have a network connection. It does network, which I might actually use, because when it goes up there, it's never going to move. The only time it'll move is if I raise my desk to do standing up video from like my live streaming that. Then I stand up and, you know, this will have to lift up because it's quite big. It's a lot bigger than my camcorder. A lot bigger, probably about, I don't know, a third bigger, maybe 2/3, or double. In overall, it's double the size of my camcorder, without a doubt. So yeah, I've got all that for £881, like I said. You've got full control of virtually everything, or you can put it on automatic. I will not be using the audio, but again, another thing to think about, it's another way of backing up your audio. There's nothing worse, in my opinion, and I've heard this before from other people on YouTube, there's nothing worse than you've done a video, you've done a really good job, and you messed up the audio. So if I messed up the audio on here, I've got backup because this is recording on the actual unit itself. Then I've got a thing called a Zoom H6 that actually does all my audio. Now, if them two pack up, I've got that camera up there does audio, so that's recording all the time. And then that one, which won't be used for much longer, but it'll be replaced by this one, so this would do the audio. Yeah, quite impressed with it. It is bulky, and I've had a little practice with it, and I will do some proper video with it in a minute, just to show you what it can do, and also spit it out, Yorkie. Also show you what it looks like replacing that one, and see if you can see any difference, or see if you can notice any big difference. It'd be interesting to find out whether you notice whether there's a lot of difference or virtually no difference. Don't forget, this is a Canon, that's a Panasonic, so the colours might be different, but we're not really worried about the colouring, we're worried about the quality of the image, if that makes sense. Like graininess, stuff like that. I've never used a camera like this before. This has 20 times zoom on it, and I will be taking it out and about as well. We'll give it a test out and about. Not sure what these do on gain. I've got it on medium, and white balance. I've got that on B and A. So it has preset A and B. It's on B at the moment, and then you have a button to press, so it sets itself, I think. And then we've got peaking and zebra. Also on this camera, we have start button for recording now. I think we've got about 3 on this thing. We have one on the handle and one on the top. The other thing I liked about this, when I was playing about with it and I did it in that position, I found it a bit uncomfortable having it like that. And you've got a little button here, press that and you can turn it, lock it in. And I find having it in that position, for me personally, is a lot better than having it in the other position. You can even go further up, you can even go right up to there, or even over. Yeah, seriously. So you could have it like that if you wanted to. So if you're doing like real low shots, you can have it down there and just put your hand right down to the ground. Perfect. It's absolutely really clever, the things they thought about, you know, how to configure this little baby. But I find either like that, if I'm going to hold it, that is, or like that for handheld. And you can either use viewfinder, which I probably won't. I'll probably use the screen more than anything else. And that's about it. I'm not going to go through all the pros and cons of how everything works. All you need to know is it does work. It is an old camera. I think it's about 7 years old. Not actually this model, maybe. It might be. But I think they started making it about 7 or 8 years ago. So with that, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you some footage, and you can tell me if you like it or not. Back in a second. originally I was going to go out and about and do some filming out and about, and I thought, well, actually, if I do it in my back garden, I can show you some actual colours that I can tell you they're definitely the correct colours. Yes, so I've done my washing, just to give you an idea of colour, and also I've done it on auto and manual, as you would see in the video anyway. So I wanted to try it on both. So auto focus, auto iris, and yeah, looks pretty good in auto, and also easy to adjust it in manual as well, because you have 3 little rings for different types of adjustment. One for focus, one for zoom in, zoom out, and one for adjusting your iris. So I thought I'd do that, have a little play about it and see what you think. Let me know what you think. The other thing is, I'm actually using it right now. I'm actually using 2 camcorders. This one here, this is the new camcorder, yeah, the £881 one, and this one over here, this one, yeah, that's my old one. So I can still record off of that, but only if I connect it to my PC. I can't actually record off of that one anymore using a memory stick, because it won't stay in there no more, unfortunately. It just keeps popping out. It's a real shame. Plus, it keeps messing about as well. You know, it's not just the autofocus, but there's other problems with it as well. So I'm recording on that one to the actual PC, and on that one to the memory card. I'm using the SD card on that one. So yeah, very pleased with it. I know it's only a 1080p at 50 frames per second, which is quite good actually. Can you see a big difference between 4K at 25 frames, so 25 or 24, that one, or that one, which is a 1080? I'm going to mess about with a little adjustment on colouring. I will show you it with as it is, straight out the box sort of thing, without changing any colouring, and then I'm going to adjust the colouring and see if you can still notice any difference, or whether it's as good or worse than the 4K one. So with that, let me know in the comments what you think. I've been using it for a few weeks now, so part of this video was for a few weeks ago, and I've been using this probably about a month or 2 now, and I thought I'm not going to say nothing. I want to see if anyone starts moaning about quality or video. Yeah, so when I'm sitting here and I'm doing my unboxing, I'm using that camera. It's probably about 5-6 weeks now actually since I've been using it, so no one said anything, so I'm wondering if they've not noticed. And also I do upscale it to 4K. Yeah, so you didn't know that neither, did you? So with that, let me know in the comments what you think, whether you think it's good, or it's almost as good, or it's not so good. It's quite big and it does look very professional, and yes, it is old. So with that, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down, and consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching.